Good morning, everyone. Before we begin, let's make sure you're all with me. So, could you please click a reaction? Any reaction is okay, just so I can check if your Zoom is responding. Okay, great. Now we are ready. We completed the analyze learner steps of the Assure model. Last week, as we move into state objectives, we learned Bloom's taxonomy, especially how Bloom's verbs help us define clear and observable behavior in an instructional objective. Today, our focus is on choosing the right behavior verbs that show what learners will actually do. So, before we continue, can you type in the chat what Bloom level do you still remember from last week? Just one level is enough. Okay, yes, create. You like create and remember. Yes, okay, nice, great memory. We will use those levels today. Thank you. In the Assure model, behavior is the action the learner must perform. And this action needs to be observable to be able to be measured. Observable and measurable. That's why we use Bloom's verbs, because they make behavior clear. For example, in educational context, students can list classroom rules, explain a teaching strategy, or compare two learning methods, or design something like a simple lesson plan. These verbs show exactly what learners will do. So type one Bloom verb you remember that is observable. Yes. Okay. Yes, thank you. Good. Those are observable verbs we can measure. Now, let's look at how changing the verb changed the whole objective. For example, students will understand classroom management. Will understand. Can you observe understand? No. So let's replace the verb with Bloom verbs. So we get observable behavior, right? We can change it into explain. So students will explain two classroom management techniques, right? And the second example, like students will know assessment types. Will know. How will you know then as the teacher? If you change it into students will identify three assessment types. When they identify, they can write it down to mention or to identify which one is assessment type, which one is not. Then you get observable behavior. Okay, now I will show you the third one. Students will learn about digital safety. Uh, how can you replace it? Will learn. Yes, I will change it into will describe. Okay, then it will be observable, measurable, and clear. Okay. Now we will practice together. This will be quick and interactive. I will show one sentence at a time. Please type your answer in the chat. The first sentence. Type an observable verb to replace understand. Students will understand cooperative learning. Okay, explain. Yes. Describe. Okay, very good. Compare. Yes, those are observable. Great choices. Now let's go to sentence number two. Students will know the characteristics of young learners. Replace know with an observable verb. Identify, nice. List, okay. One more. Outline, okay. That's good. You can measure those three verbs. Yes. Thank you. Let's go to sentence number three. Yes. Students will learn about feedback techniques. Replace learn with a clear verb. Okay. Explain. Yes, that will do. Differentiate. Excellent. Apply. Okay. Demonstrate. Fit well. That's excellent. That's new. Yes. So you can see how changing the verb makes the behavior clear. This small change improves how we evaluate learning and design activities. Yes. So we focus on the behavior part of learning objectives. The key points is the observable Bloom verbs can be used so we can measure exactly what students do. Because if you remember, a good instructional objective should consist of A, B, C, D, audience, behavior, condition, and degree. If you got the B, we can go on to C and D later. But if you have a question or want to check whether your chosen verbs fit the Bloom level, feel free to type in the chat. Okay, not for now. Thank you for your participation. Your responses made the session really interactive, so we can go to the next topic.